Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
A thoroughly entertaining contest.
The last tip-off of the marathon regular season, but only the beginning of the action.
Hasn't this one gone quickly?
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Belgrade Arena for the final game of the regular season in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. We are at round 34, and there's still much to be decided. Real Madrid take on Partizan Belgrade, knowing they could finish anywhere from 4th to 9th. Well, there are so many permutations at stake for Real Madrid tonight, but most importantly for them, they need to win to give themselves a shot at home court advantage in the playoffs. They'll need a couple other results to go their way for that to happen, but even if they don't make the top 4, they'll want to avoid the playing games and get themselves a top 6 playoff berth.
We need to be focused, trying to forget the environment, the atmosphere that is going to be great, basketball atmosphere, and we have to be patient until the end of the game.
Well, no such drama on the line for Partizan, who sit in the worst position of them all, just below that top 10 line and without a chance to make it to the postseason. Whilst the disappointment of being close but not quite will loom large in front of their fans in the final game, they'll doubtless want to go out with a win.
We need to respect ourselves, we need to respect the opponent team, we need to respect this excellent league that is EuroLeague, and of course we need to respect our people over here because we have incredible support during the whole season. So, like minimum that we can give is to go out and to fight for this colors of this club.
And fight for the colours of this club they will. Welcome inside. I'm Daniel Routledge, delighted to have you with us on board for this round 34 matchup in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. It's the end of the line for Partizan Belgrade, but for Real Madrid, the postseason beckons. But where will they go? How high, how low? That is to be decided over the next couple of hours and maybe a bit beyond as well, as far as they are concerned. All they will know is they have to take care of their own business and then hope that maybe a result or two goes their way. They will have a keen interest on that game in Villeurbanne and the one tomorrow in Istanbul. They need both Monaco and Efes to lose if they're to creep into the top 4. Olympiacos can secure top seeding with a win tonight against Maccabi. If not, Fenerbahce will be waiting to leapfrog them with a victory of their own. Real Madrid currently in a playoff spot in 6th, but will they end around there? They could go as high as 4, they could go as low as 9, but they'll be desperate to have a Q next to their name by the end of this round and get themselves straight into the playoffs and not take the risk of the play. And you can see the lines have gone up and down, but just down at the wrong time for Partizan right near the end. They look like they might make the top 10 a few rounds ago, but it wasn't to be, and they are on the outside looking in, and these great supporters will not be rewarded with extra games in the postseason, unfortunately, for them. no and die for Real Madrid, but they've got enough there to be able to see this one over the line. They know how important it is, but it's never easy to come here to Belgrade. He will know that as well as any as the two coaches embrace for a little chat. I'm sure there is some invaluable pearls of wisdom being passed around between those two great coaches. Well, 15 points and 5 rebounds a game for Mario Hezonja this year, coming off a big 26-point game against Paris last week as well. So he looks in good form going into the playoffs, but can he see his team over the line with one more win? Second in rebound, the leader in blocks, Walter Tavares. You know what you're going to get. Be wary of going into the paint when the big man is around. He is such a presence in there for Real, and opposition players know that all too well. On Partizan, this is their lineup. Jones out, but they will be playing, as coach said in the pre-game interview, for the pride of their colors, for their shirt, for the badge, for the team, for these great fans renowned throughout the world, for the atmosphere that they create here. And there are no nights off when you play for Partizan Belgrade. There is no such thing as a dead rubber. You play for the pride of this club. And the players themselves will want to round it off as well in style. 12.5 points per game in his first season with Partizan for Sterling Brown. That's up from his numbers last year with Alba as well. Chipping in with a couple of assists along the way. Bonga shooting the ball really well from behind the arc. 41%, 93% from the free throw line as well. Basically doesn't miss if he gets to the foul line. And well, that's always a key skill that any coach would want out on the court, particularly in late game. Well, these two teams met back in round 2. Seems a lifetime ago, doesn't it, here at the end of the season. And Colic Jones and Facundo Campazzo had themselves a game that night. Will we see more of that here in Belgrade this evening? Real Madrid, team steeped in history, of course, looking to add to that. It's so fascinating for them because of what is at stake. They're probably more interested in all the other games in this round than any other team, given how high and how low they can go. And you would say Partizan maybe just needed a little bit more offense this season, just a little bit down. They certainly had the defense to be a playoff team, but maybe it was just not being able to get the ball in the basket quite as regularly as they would like, whilst that defense was tremendous all year long. Number 2 in points allowed. Sometimes you need a little bit more. Well, these two guys have met 14 times so far, the two coaches, and it's dead even, 7-7 in the head-to-head. So something has to give tonight. Somebody's going to take the lead. Or whether it's Coach Mateo or Coach Obradovic, we'll have to wait and find out. Lights go down here. We're set to introduce the teams for this contest. What a great season it's been in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Drama from first round to last, and we've still got the play-ins and the playoffs to come. So strap yourself in for that, because we've seen how close it's been. There's plenty of teams who will feel that they could well have made some noise in the postseason that didn't even make it. Never mind the 10 who will. And that is going to make it, I think, one of the most competitive postseasons we've ever seen in the EuroLeague. Because those 10 teams, particularly the ones in the plane, they've battled so hard to get there. They might take a little bit of momentum with them. And the teams at the top, we've seen the leading two in the standings, Olympiacos and Fenerbahce, both stumble a little bit in recent weeks. So they'll have to refine that rhythm that propelled them to the top of the standings in the first place. And that's what is the fascinating thing, because sometimes momentum comes from strange places, and the fact that you're playing every week to try and get yourself into the line actually makes you one of the form teams in the competition. But we've got plenty of time to see this one out over the next few weeks as the road to the Final Four begins. But first of all, we have to work out who's going to be where. We've got a lovely bracket, but we need to fill it out. We don't know where anybody is right now. We might have a few more answers by the end of tonight, but it could go all the way to the last game tomorrow before we decide who's where exactly. Well, this is Belgrade. Starting five for Real Madrid: Campazzo, Abaldi, Hazonia, Dek, and Tavares. Jones, Marinkovic, Bonga, Lakic, and Davies will start it for Partizan. Dilfala, Archie, and Rossi, the referees for tonight's game. Well, you can travel the world and watch basketball all around the globe, but there are few better places in the world of basketball than right here in Belgrade, for atmosphere, for occasion, for pomp and ceremony. It may be the last time this season in the EuroLeague that we get to enjoy this, but we will enjoy it. go then, round 34, the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. We are in Belgrade, Real Madrid in town. They could still find themselves at home in the playoffs, or they could drop down into the play-in. A lot at stake for Los Blancos. The ball is up and we are underway. And it is Real Madrid in their famous whites that get us underway and get a typical Belgrade welcome. Off the mark, Tavares can't quite rebound Azonia's miss, and Partizan will come away with it. Here's Jones. First foul of the game goes against Campazzo. Jones. Davies hands it off and gets it back from Marinkovic, who fires up the shot and gets the first points on the ball. Pazzo. Tavares setting the screen. Goes back to Zonia for three off the mark. At the elbow, leaves that one a little short, but good work from Bonga to pull in the offensive rebound. He's only this time able to grab the miss. All the way round the three-point line to Baldi, back out again. A lot of time and space, way off Campazzo there. He makes them pay. Davies hands it off to Wakic. Nice cut, kicked out to Davies in the corner. Thought about the three and ended up got kind of two minds about that. Sided a board for Marinkovic. Campazzo into the lane, he's fouled. Jones, the offender, his first foul. Look at the space that he's got there, Campazzo. I'd be surprised if he missed that one, to be honest with you. He was that open. Tavares trying to use his size and footwork down in the low block. He's a little further out than he might have liked, but he still had enough on that baby hook for his first points of the game. Real Madrid up 5-2. Davies has it, late shot clock here. Needs to go to work. It's ticking down, he's got to get it away, too long. And kind of down a dark alley there. And Davies with nowhere to go. The other end. Could be a good night for him if he keeps getting touches like that. Skip pass into Zonia on the fadeaway. And Zonia onto the board, his first points of the game. Just a little slip there from Jones as he went through the key, gets it out to Davies, back iron. Another offensive rebound thrown back in, this time by Bonga. That's the second time he's got on the offensive glass already. Zonia, deep three, back iron. And Jones pulls down his third rebound of the game. Bonga driving hard, out of bounds. It came off the hands of Tavares on the way out. Well, it matters not what's riding on the game, or indeed even the score. These fans will sing from tip to buzzer. Was way up from Kovic. Double team comes. Can't quite move the ball quick enough, but Tavares is open underneath. Oh, he can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, though. Second attempt is good. Just that huge wingspan of his reaching out for the offensive rebound. Jones. Davies thought about the pass, kept it for himself, and he finishes through the contact. He's only just pushing out a little too far for the referee's liking. Just bodying him away. Just a good finish, isn't it? You can barely see the basket with the hand right in his face. Three-point play converted by Brandon Davies. 2-point ball game as we tick towards the midpoint of the opening quarter. Partizan to Tavares with the monster jam. Davies has Campazzo on his back. He's too big for that matchup. And he gets his second bucket of the game. Here's Deck, hooking it right across court to Baldi. Back to Deck. Deck for three, knocks it down. His first points of the contest. Jones working with the screen, gets the switch. Davies trying to take advantage of the mismatch, but they switch back pretty quick. But Bonga in the corner for three. There's that Bonga with 5 early points and some good work on the glass as well. Plaza around the screen. Gets the shot away. That's going to be a foul, I think, on Davies. Just bumping Campazzo, who will go to the free throw line. Very tight start to this ball game. Threes at either end. And we're through 5 and, well, nearly 6 minutes. And it's Partizan who trail Real 12 points to 14 here. Discussion in the coaching huddles. Just kind of feeling each other out, but Tavares is feeling the rim out here on this one. It's a big man dunk that. Interesting to see what happens the longer this game goes on close, and whether having more to play for or less to play for has an impact in that sort of scenario. Do you play free because you got nothing to play for, or you get tight because you got something to play for? We will find out as this goes on. Last action was that foul on Brandon Davies before the timeout, which has sent Campazzo to the free throw line. And he makes both of those, takes his tally to 5 and the Real Madrid lead to 4. Davies poked away by Deck. Partizan still have the ball though. Longer driving to the rim and he rocks it with the one-handed throwdown. Deck thought about the 3, turned it down. Ball whistles its way around to Abaldi on the other side and he misses the triple. Great attacks. Good work from Davies as well to free up a little bit of space. There's going to be a foul call there on Tavares for the illegal screen. Quite fully set. Little room for Jones to find his way through, but he's able to commit, to draw the foul. Tavares is going to sit down. 6 points already for him, but 2 fouls now. So Ibaka will check in for him. %, just about. Probably ticked up exactly to 85% after that make. Very good effort from the free throw line over the course of the season. He's only got a long way into that fade before passing it off to Deck. Ibaka looking for room on the baseline, trying to bully his way to the basket and able to lay it home. So the bigs doing damage early on for Real Madrid, that's for sure. Jones trying to free up some space to get the shot away, but leaves it short. Again, it's Ibaka down in the low block, and the fadeaway is good for 2. 2 touches for him and 2 baskets. Foul call on the floor. Substitutions both ways. Coach is going into the benches here late in the first quarter, as so often they do. Davies at the free throw line. Quite as good as his teammate from the foul line this year. He makes that one and gets himself the first breather. Koprovica into the game for the first time. Musa. Musa all the way to the rim, just a little strong on the layup. I'm not sure whether he was claiming for a basket interference or a foul, but he wasn't happy with something. Foul is called. Baldi playing defense with his hands and not his feet there. Over the limit here in the first quarter, Real Madrid. So Bonga will shoot 2 free throws. His free throw shooting at the top of the show, and he knocks down both of those. Well, popular welcome, shall we say. Rui's in the game, in case you didn't realize. Not a big fan around here for obvious reasons. All right, pass didn't quite reach Ibaka, but I thought for a second they were going to lose it. Bonga on hand to keep the ball alive. Nice shot off the glass. You don't see the bank like that as often as you used to. Aquina using the glass well. Oh, there was a horn, but I think it was just for a substitution. They got confused for a timeout. Through for Felice, he has to kick it all the way out. That one went halfway down. It's almost worth a point. It went in so far. Tough little mid-range jumper there from Brown. Felice, top of the key. Ibaka with the putback. And Serge Ibaka is 3 of 3 for 6 points in under 3 minutes. Brown thought about a shot. 1 or 2 of them wanted him to take it. Now in a difficult spot here, but a nice pass. Oh my goodness! What a jam from Balša Koprivica! Flying through the air over the defender for the monster jam. Let's another look at the foul. The crowd still reacting. Look at this. Just went up to the top floor and hammered it down. Checking in for the first time. He's going to have to heave here at the end of the shot clock. And that doesn't go. Well, an entertaining opening 10 minutes here in Belgrade. Very little to choose between the sides in that first quarter. At the end of one, Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade 24, Real Madrid 22. Biggest lead of that first quarter was only 5 points. So as we look back at the highlights from it, you're going to see it in both black and white. Both teams getting into a good rhythm, both pretty effective inside. Certainly Real Madrid's big men were having a field day. Combined 6 of 7 for Tavares and Ibaka. And Partizan, well, they weren't too far behind in the 2-point shooting stakes themselves. Bonga certainly giving them great impact. Not only points, but a couple of offensive rebounds as well. That is why this game is basically even. Most certainly a play we're going to see again and again on social media tonight, you feel. Let's have a look at the numbers from the opening quarter, as I say. Really good from 2-point range. Both will want their free throws to go up. Partizan 7 free throw attempts in that first quarter, made them all. Rebounding dead even. Score is almost dead even. Just a 1 basket advantage for the home team here. Well, no surprises really that in that first quarter, our best performance came from that man. That's Bonga. Partizan with possession for the start here of the second quarter. They also hold the narrow lead. Oh, stolen away, might be tied up here as Felice runs it back and levels the scores at 24. Oh, big block from Ibaka. Ball is loose on the floor. Nobody can quite get their hands on it. Smuggled away in the end by Real Madrid. Musa back to Felice. He steps in for 3. Rattles out. Oh, it falls nicely for Musa, who lays it in. Well, that was a bit of right place, right time for Jamian Musa. Just ricocheted back to him, and he was able to go through the contact. Musa at the line converts the 3-point play. $1,500 points now for him. And that number will continue to climb. Good attack, threw it up very high there, Sterling Brown. I thought for a second he threw it too high, but he knew what he was doing. Musa in a bit of an awkward spot, able to break the line before the 8-second had elapsed. Musa knocked away by Popovica. Timeout called, 1.5 minutes into the second quarter, 3.2 on the shot clock. And it's Real Madrid who lead by a solitary point. We talk about the atmosphere here in Belgrade. And there has actually been a presentation to the fans as the loudest in the league. And we've heard exactly why to this point. It is always a privilege to bring you coverage from Belgrade Arena, and here is the presentation. And on behalf of the fans, you know, Perezovic, sorry, receiving the Heartbeat Challenge Award. Well, we'll see if that heartbeat can tick a little bit more as this game goes on. It's very much in the balance. Neither team really able to string more than a couple of scores in a row. Back to Felice's shot is blocked, and the horn sounds as that goes out of bounds, so that will be a 24-second violation. It was a clever little inbound play, but Partizan were wise to it. A couple of pumps on it, and then a difficult shot at the end of it from Mike. Felice comes away with it. Musa down the key, off the back of the iron. Another chance there for Ibaka, who gets fouled in the process, and bodies everywhere, but Serge Ibaka will go to the free throw line for two. I think it was Ibaka that pushed his own teammate out of the way in going after that offensive rebound. Well, I think Coach Obradovic was a similar mind to me as to the quality of that last shot. Around the rim and out for Serge Ibaka. Dropped in 3 percentage points from where he started the game. He doesn't shoot a ton of free throws. That's why one miss can have that much of an influence. Looked like there was an open shot slightly earlier than that for Pukushevsky, but he was patient with it, found a shot he liked the look of, and tied the scores up at 28. Garuba fires up the three, and he knocks it down. Nice pass. And the foul, Ibaka landing on Koprivica, so he'll go to the line for a bonus. It's a lovely bounce pass in the first place from Frank Ntilikina. First foul of the game on Ibaka. Bit of full court pressure, dealt with okay. Well, you're going to know it every time number 23 touches the ball. You won't need me to say Yui's name, and Ibaka goes to the hook. That one goes out of bounds. Well, Brown was convinced that was his possession. Coach Obradovic too, saying it came off the foot of the Partizan player. The referee's going to chat it over. It did look on the replay there like it was Felice's foot. to use a challenge on it. Keener behind the screen fires up the 3. Corner 3 ball. All string for Sterling Brown, his first triple of the game. Just a little too aggressive on the defense there, Alexei Lukashevsky. A little shovel on the back, but didn't want to go all the way out there. So he waved his teammate to fight round the screen. No chance of getting there in time. Backs out for 3. Well, that won't be very popular around here. Yui knocking down his first triple of the game. Trying to get the Nilakina, sorry, trying to get those 3 points back. That pass is too far in front of Musa. Musa's saying it got touched on the way out. It looked like it got a double touch to me. Looked like it might well have been the last touch off the Real Madrid man. Get a decision as the challenge comes and the referees go to the court.
At another angle, but
maybe a ring camera.
Was a double deflection. I must admit that ring camera was the one that I was less convinced by, but the first one that we saw before even they went to the review did make it look like it, and then when they got to the review it was a second angle which saw made it look like a double deflection as well. It off to Brown, gets his feet in the paint, kicked out, lovely, smooth looking mid-range jump shot from Lukashevsky. Oh, he's stolen it away, using those long arms to regain possession, Lukashevsky. Foul. to the rim. He's pinned at the glass by Ibaka. Away come Real in transition, but what a block that was. Serge Ibaka timing that to perfection. Foul going against Brown for the bump, his second personal foul. Congo was really lively in that first quarter, comes back in for the first time in the second. Musa driving through his foul, but good effort from Pasha Koprivica to make sure that it wasn't going to be an and one, although Musa looks in a bit of trouble there. First foul on Koprivica. Musa back to his feet. Just wondering whether that might have been a little more physical than is permitted. In and out on the second one for Musa. Not been many missed free throws in this game. Only the two misses, both by Real Madrid. Bonga. It's a tough one. Oh, wow, what a steal there. Felice just ripping that away. Musa running it back to the finger roll, lays it in, and that's going to force a timeout here with 4:24 on the clock. And in a game where runs have been hard to come by, there have been 6 lead changes already. Even a couple of scores in a row feels like something you need to deal with. 36-37 the score as we call time. With the extension for the layup. Reaching out for the finger roll. That was the play that forced the timeout. Show of full court here coming out of the timeout. In fact, Felice is going to play some full court defense there on Jones. Not too strenuous, as I just said. 6 lead changes already. Looking for number 7 here. Jones into the key, off the mark. Ibaka with the rebound. No way through for Ibaka. His shot is sent back. Krzyzewski's really come into the game and got the scoreboard ticking. He is 3 of 3 for 6 points. Awkward spot, pick it up. He's able to get it away. Hit it right back. Shot clock getting low. Heaves up a tough 3. Misses everything. Krzyzewski catching the air ball. Over with a foul, and he's going to check out of the game. No, he's not. He's going to stay in the game. Not you, says coach. Jones gets it back on the inbound. Buys up the triple. There's that man Bonga on the offensive glass. This time he can't turn it into points. And the foul is caught in transition. I wanted to ask him the question about unsportsmanlike. Sits down, replaced by Campazzo. Davies is going to return as well. Sitting down. And they are over the limit. Partizan, so it will be 2 free throws for Musa. He's 4 of 5 from the line for 8 points. And Real Madrid lead by 1 now. Change number 8. Oh my goodness, what a rejection from Garuba, but it finds its way around to Bonga, who strings the 3. Second triple of the game, he's got 12. Also foul by Davidson once again. He is going to the free throw line. He's already taken 5 free throws in this half. He's going to get number 6 and 7 right now. Look at this rejection. But defense isn't over till you get the ball back. And it ended up being 3. Now we're back level, 41-41. It's a foul, but it doesn't go for Davies. He had a good thing then, didn't it? The ball went all the way around the rim from one side to the other, but would not fall the right side as far as he was concerned. So it'll be 2 free throws. Perfect 4 of 4 from the line today. And that streak comes to an end. Ball bobbling about, bodies on the floor. Both teams a man down. Now we're back to the full complement. The Leeds driving to the rim, scoops it up high, it's batted out. Deck keeps it in play. And Campazzo is fouled from behind. Lukashevsky, the offender, just reaching in. And once again, they're sending Real to the free throw line. Lukashevsky, second foul of the game. There is the 10th lead change of the first half as Real Madrid go back in front. Confirmation of that. Well, they say basketball's a game of runs. This one hasn't had any runs in it yet. This has just been two teams trading scores. Baca. Deck now for three. He hits the triple. Fifth triple of the first half for Real Madrid. And with 1:25 to go, Coach Obradovic is going to call for time. His Partizan Belgrade team trail Real Madrid by 4 here, which ordinarily doesn't feel like much, but actually the lead's never been bigger than 5, so it feels like a big lead.
Pero voy a intentar. Hagamos un esfuerzo, todos, por favor, todos, en el rebote defensivo, los rebotes largos, vale, que estamos defendiendo mejor. Vamos a jugar contra Brandon Davis la siguiente, vale. Vamos a jugar con todos abajo. Sergi, tú eres el pasador.
It's almost a set shot from Gabriel Deck in the corner for 3. Barely gets off the ground, but a lovely rotation on the ball as it goes through the net. Well, lovely, I guess, is a perspective, isn't it? Round 34, final round of the regular season here in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Partizan, it's their final game of the season. Real Madrid will at least be in the play-in. They might be in the playoffs. They might even have home court advantage. We'll have to wait and see for this round to complete to know exactly where they're going to finish. Turnover ball, chance to run. And a nice little finish, Vanja Marinkovic. There's that long finger roll again from Musa. This time it draws iron. Stolen away, is it? Oh, he's kept it in play. Thumbs up from the ref. What hustle that is from Campazzo to somehow keep that one in play. Fans screaming for a violation. There. He's struggling there. He's not got back out. He threw his body on the line, but threw it right into the front row. Oof, the photographer's getting a close-up shot there and right into the seats to keep that one alive. That is putting the body on the line, isn't it? I think he might have a cut for his troubles. Timeout called. 2-point game. Real Madrid on the high side, 44 points to 46. But 18, nearly 19 seconds to go in this first half. Well past his average already. To lead all scorers with 12 points. Teams making their way back out onto the floor. Real ball from the side, 10 on the shot clock, 18.7 on the game clock. Musa didn't quite get his feet behind the line. That one is worth 2. Stretches the lead to 4, but there's still enough time for Partizan to come the other way. Oh, moving off the ball well is Jones, who finishes right at the buzzer. Tough finish as well. Oh, Jones able to lay it home. And that has been one of the tightest 20 minutes of the season in the EuroLeague. Neither team led by more than 5. Partizan never led by more than 3. This is just 2 teams trading scores. That is why at the half it is Partizan, Mozart Belgrade 46, Real Madrid 48. Let's get some reaction from Musa.
Janan, a very intense game. What worked for you so far? What do you need to improve in the second half?
Oh, we need to stop turning the ball over so much. I think if we continue to play like this, then we have a good chance to win. Partizan is a great team, but we have to keep going.
Thank you.
Good first half from him. Another guy who had a good first half. It's like Bonga. We can get his thoughts right now.
We need to say, guys, that you are doing everything to defend your home court. So what do you need to do in the second half?
Just stick to the details, defensive rebound. Just be smart who we defend and just play with energy.
Thank you.
Well, 2 guys who certainly contributed, both with 12 points. Musa getting to the free throw line, and Bonga on the glass and hitting down a couple of threes as well. It doesn't matter how you get the points as long as you get them, and those 2 certainly did in that first half, both with 12.
Turkish Airlines, Motorola, BKT, Experience Abu Dhabi, and Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Well, let's have a look back at the highlights from the first half here in the Belgrade Arena. And a game where the 2 teams have just been trading blows, score after score. Nobody's managed any big runs. Nobody's really had a lead. There's only been 1 lead of more than 1 shot. It's been tight all the way through. What we have had is a load of lead changes, 10 lead changes in that first half, as these 2 teams slugging it out. And, well, a lot on the line for Real Madrid in this final round. Not so much for Partizan, but they are playing for the pride of their team and the pride of their fans, and The fans have enjoyed it to this point, but they will know another 20 minutes still to come in this one to decide, well, the order, or at least have a bit of the decision being made here in terms of the order of the playoff and play-in slots in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Both shooting the free throws pretty well. Might want the free pointers to go up a touch. Inside pretty good. Rebounding just about even. 27 points off the bench. Good work from Real Madrid. It's 46-48 here.
Wear this badge on your jersey, you know that at the end of the day you will fight for the titles, and that sort of gives us, and me personally, gives me the confidence and calmness for us to be confident at the end of the day we will be where we want to be. These last 2 months that you have of the season, you try to give everything that you have.
Musa up and one.
The team is in a good mood right now. We know that every game matters, especially now in this period of the season.
Musa, deep, three.
You're good as your last game, but I think we have talent to beat any team in this league, and we showed that multiple times. We all fight for Real Madrid until the last minute, until the last breath. So we will try to manage to get the wins. You know, I feel like I'm 35, not 25, and it's like, you know, it's very blessing and it's very humbling at the moment that I have and the youth and the experience together. Every day you put in the work, you made that shot 100 times, 1,000 times, and if you miss it, like you don't get bogged down like I was younger. You know, you miss the shot, you're like, ah, not again. But like right now, you just think about the next play. You know, I'm very blessed that I went through this path like this, and it like toughened me up to be the player and the person that I am today. And I'm very satisfied and happy where I am today and how I act and how I play. That shot from Sergio at the last second against the Olympiacos will you know, roll on the television.
Sergio Yui gives Real Madrid a 1-point lead.
Well, I'm just blessed to be part of that, to lift the trophy, to represent the team, represent my country with my family on the side.
Real Madrid are the 2023 EuroLeague champions.
I hope that we will have many more times like that.
Overboard. That's on the buzzer.
That was very like that. This is Ivo Lomberg.
This is Frank Ntilikina, and this is the Hot Hand Challenge.
The person who holds the balls at the end loses best of 3 rounds.
English.
Spanish.
Italian.
Finnish.
Portuguese.
Croatian.
Chinese.
English.
Ooh.
What, you say English?
Yes. Japanese.
Chinese.
Ooh.
You just said Japanese.
Hold on, what?
You said Japanese.
And I said Chinese before.
Oh, okay. That's clear, my fault.
Train.
Bus.
Yacht.
Helicopter.
Plane.
Boat.
Overboard. That's on the buzzer.
That was very
Snail.
Lion.
Jaguar.
Elephant.
Giraffe.
Tiger.
Deer. Oh, no! All right, you got it.
Oh, my God. That was
Good one, good one.
Turkish Airlines, Motorola, BKT, Experience Abu Dhabi, and Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Well, we are in the beautiful Belgrade arena here in one of the hoops capitals of the world, Belgrade. And it's Partizan against Real Madrid here in the final round of the regular season of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. The visitors need a win. They need a little help if they're going to get home court advantage in the playoffs as well. But, well, a win will put them in pole position for at least a playoff place. They don't want to get sucked into those playing games and have a little extra navigation to do in the postseason. But only a win will do that. There is a way. If they do lose, but they don't want to take the risk of that. There's too many things need to bounce their way in that scenario. So win is the key here. And certainly Musa has been doing his part to lead them to that, getting to the basket and getting to the free throw line. That's been his two modes of attack in the first half. A long finger roll and the drawing of fouls for some free throws. He's got half of his 12 points from the line and nearly flawless 6 of 7 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds and an assist as well for an index rating of 16. And they'll need a bit more of that in the second half from him and a few of his teammates as well if they are going to get this one over the line. It's that Bonga really lively in the early stages, going after offensive rebounds, and then was feeling comfortable and made a couple of threes as well. As efficient at 12 points as you can possibly hope to see, plus a highlight jam as well. Always nice to squeeze that in. Five rebounds to go with his 12 points. 12 points off 6 shots. You'll take that any day of the week. And an index rating of 14 in nearly 15 minutes. So again, efficient use of his time out there. And it'll be interesting to see if either of these two teams can put together a run. I feel like maybe the run would be a defensive one rather than an offensive one. We normally think of the runs being about the points you score, but when it's 46-48, maybe if somebody can have 2 or 3 minutes of denying the other team a basket, that might be the way. Let's see what Chus Mateo thinks at halftime.
Coach, a high-intensity game. What do you think that will make the difference?
Oh, it's been very tight game. We need to be smarter and don't turn over the ball and box out much better.
Thank you.
Well, here is the shot chart. 38% from behind the arc. Maybe they could have been a little better. There's a couple of open ones they might have thought they'd knock down on another day. 6 turnovers, 6 second chance points, 4 fast break points. Let's hear from Coach Obradovic.
Coach, a very close game. You're only 2 behind. How will Partizan respond in the second half?
No, to continue to play same way. We play good game. Only small details, we need to fix it. We play against great opponent team.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh, he seemed pretty happy, didn't he, with his team? Slightly unusual shot chart in the modern game with shots from all distances. They got 8 second chance points as well from those 6 offensive rebounds that they've managed to attain. A little bit out in the open floor, not a lot. Sights and sounds here in the Belgrade arena as Partizan bring to an end their EuroLeague campaign for 2024-25. The final regular season game and their final game of it. Real Madrid, well, still more action to come from them in the postseason, but whether it's the playoffs or the play-in, we have yet to find out. Performance in the second quarter, 17 index rating in a quarter is almost unheard of, to be honest with you. Moose are doing serious damage out there. Fans will want to see one last win. She wants a little memento to take away with her by the looks of the sign. Can Real Madrid summon up one last win that will really boost their hopes of a home playoff game? They're 6-10 on the road. That's really been the issue this year. They've been great at home. Ten minutes on the clock, third quarter underway here in Belgrade Arena. Final day of the regular season, final round at least. We've got 3 more games tomorrow in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. And, well, sloppy turnover there on the first play from Partizan, who trail Real Madrid by 2. Double team, he's broken out of that well. Tavares fouled on the floor, that one. Oh no, jump ball. Jump ball is the ball. Tavares, who was so effective in the beginning. Oh, he has got both hands on the ball there. But then Ibaka came out and he played really well as well. So Tavares didn't get back out there. Well, I know who I would fancy in this, but you never know. Sometimes the little guy wins. Not today, though. 3-point heaved up by Azonia. Offensive rebound by Deck. Foul called on Kovic. Pretty easy call for the referee, that one, wasn't it? Pazzo. Deck moves it on to Azonia. Here was another one. Didn't see any time in the second quarter. It's almost like they ran different fives from one quarter to the next. Quite exactly, but pretty close to it. Pazzo fires up the 3 off the mark. Brown kicks it out to Davis for 3. Foul is called. Basket is good. And a 4-point play opportunity for Brandon Davies. can see Tavares diving out of it. There's been a little bit of contact. Did he get his landing space, maybe? Hard to tell from that angle. But it's the third personal foul against the big man. Tipped off the rim by Azonia. Into Tavares. Tavares, oh, he's put the ball on the floor, and that's where the little guys can get it. And Brown came in and helped snaffle it away. Brown's still going. Davis thought about another three, passed it on to Bonga, who was 2-2 in the first half, but couldn't knock down his first of the second half. Pazzo, back to Zonia. He's got time and space to square up to the rim. Pulling in the rebound. Not a lot you can do but foul in that situation, really. It's going to be the third foul on Bonga, so an early entrance to the game in the second half for Pukushevsky, who was really influential off the bench in the first half. Oh, they got caught sleeping there. I don't know if it was Pukushevsky who'd just come in, who hadn't quite worked out who his matchup was, but Deck had time and space under the basket. Jones from 19 feet knocks it down. Partizan make it lead change number 13. Tavares to the rim through the contact. And that is now 14 lead changes. He will go to the line. Looked like he was going for a big dunk, and even with the foul, he was able to lay it in. And that one is swiped off the rim. This time Brandon Davies denying a little bonus point. Knocked away from Davies. He still has the ball. Bonga to the rim. Used his body well there. You've got one of the greatest shot blockers in EuroLeague history on your back. You've got to know where he is. Azonia looking for a foul, doesn't get one. Pukushevsky, he'd done the hard work, but he passed it back out, and why not? Why have two when you can have three instead? Pukushevsky says, I want the assist, and Jones provides the points. Up over 40% now from behind the arc. Tavares bullies his way to the rim. Flop warning for Brandon Davies. Jones. He's got Tavares in a foot speed race, and he's going to win that one and lay it in. Double figures now for Eric Jones. Azonia driving into traffic through the contact. Doesn't quite get the roll, but he will get 2 free throws. Well, I must admit, my first thoughts was, why didn't he shoot there? But that's why. Give it out to a teammate who's open for three. He's playing big man ball down low. Pukushevsky's third personal foul. lovely shot at the top for 3. Davies pushes it out to a 5-point lead. That is Partizan's biggest lead of the game. It is the biggest lead. They've both now led by 5. He's only trying to get those points back off the mark. Jones. Davies. Oh, drops it behind the back. Shevsky couldn't lay it in, though. And Pazzo to Zonia. Just got a little too far under the rim there. Couldn't lay it in. Jones. Shevsky, well, he makes amends for the error on the previous down by hitting a 3, and Partizan have the biggest lead of the game, the first real shift of momentum. They've started this quarter 18 points to 8, and that is why Partizan leads 64-56. Well, time now for your Turkish Airlines flight time at a game, and well, as soon as you saw it, you knew this was going to be a contender. What a dunk this was. The power, the aggression, the strength. Look out below. Tavares flying through the air for the jam. Certainly been effective out there, hasn't he? 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Well, thus far. But Real Madrid in a little bit of a hole here, trailing 64 points to 56. They can still qualify for the playoffs, even with a defeat here, in terms of reaching the top 6, but they need both Barcelona and Bayern to lose. Or they need Paris to win, Barcelona and FS to lose. So they'll be relying on at least a couple of other games going their way if they want to be direct into the playoffs in the top 6. What a block from Davies. Brown trying to find room against Tavares. Kicks it out, deep 3. Oh, great work from Davies to wrap that one up. Looked like Tavares was going to get the rebound. Davis ensured they're going to jump it up. Well, it wasn't really a fair fight. Look at this block, getting up and meeting him at the rim. Davis just fighting for it. It wasn't really a fair fight when Tavares was jumping it up against Jones. He's still got 12 centimeters on Davies, but is a little closer. And it's tipped back, but has only his first to it, and he will run it down court and punch it home for 2 much needed points for Real Madrid. Ooh. Was a blind pass there. Jones was able to grab hold of it. Davies now for 3. Hits the deck. And the Real Madrid bench going, well, they already got a warning for a flop earlier. Home fans were asking for a foul. And Pazzo driving it through. Lovely late shot clock, gets it out to Hazonia. And he's got 5 points in the blink of an eye, and this one is back down to 3. Jones. A couple of little pump fakes, trying to find some room. Gets it back from Kukushevsky, offensive foul, is it off the ball? There's a foul off the ball. Maybe it is a defensive foul. Campazzo's got his hands up. Yeah, it is Campazzo with the push. Well, it's one of those guys, if you've got him out there, you've always got a chance because of the offensive firepower he brings. 5 in a row, has cut it down to 3. Davies, mid-range, converts. Again for 3. Ooh. He's an inch away from making it 8 consecutive points for his team. Foul on the floor. That won't count for Burns. Second person foul on Alberto Valdi. Drive, good use of the body as well. Sterling Brown getting in front of his defender to lay it in. Tavares, too strong on that one. Davies with the rebound. Davies now for 3. Got it! Knocks down the triple, and for the first time in the game, there is a 10-point gap between the teams, and it's Partizan who hold the lead. 25 points in this quarter already for the home team, their highest scoring quarter with still 2 minutes to play. Police underneath, no way through. That one is short. Davies is, he's got his arms around the waist of Tavares, it looked like to me. He's complaining. Looked like a clear foul from my angle. Let's have a look on the replay. Oh, he's got his hands on the waist, but he'd hit the 3 the other way. It's his 4th personal foul though, and with 19 points, he's the game high scorer. Foul of the quarter means free throws. Well, both off the mark, but that's going to go out of bounds for a Real Madrid ball. Last touch by Kukushevsky. Slapped away, it came off his leg, and that will be possession back to Partizan. Already leading by 10, having already scored 25 points in this quarter. Guess who's coming back in? Krzyzewski. Now in the corner is Bonga. Wow, that one was halfway down as well, wasn't it? He made a couple in the corner in the first half, but they've not dropped yet for him in the second. Third foul on Sterling Brown, and that's not a great one really, because he's a long way from doing anything. But because you're over the limit, you're just going to send him to the free throw line. And when you've got a team down 10, you don't want them to find easy ways to score. For two. Mitrovic wanted that more than anybody else, didn't he? That defensive rebound. Just went after it. Brown. Hard to the hole. Can't convert. Musa. Rhythm three off the mark. Ibaka with the offensive rebound. His third of the game. 7 boards in total. 7 points as well. Offensive foul is the call. Ibaka using that off arm. Maybe it's a shoulder. Ntilikina back into the game. Jones has room for three. Back iron, Ntilikina will chase down the offensive rebound. He's under all sorts of pressure and he's eventually fouled. Tres Feliz committing his first foul. Bonus time as well at this end of the floor. There weren't too many missed free throws in the first half. There's been a few more here in the second. Let's see if Lundberg there doesn't look like he's going to play tonight. He's listed on the stats, so he could, but the fact that he hasn't come into the game with 20-odd seconds to go in the third would suggest he's not going to. Musa, room at the top, and he knocks down the three. His first three of the game. Last couple of ticks here in the third quarter. The drive and the jam and the finish from Bonga on the buzzer. A great third quarter for the home team. 28-17, they won that period and they've broken this game open. And going into the last 10 minutes, it's Partizan who have the 9-point advantage, leading Real Madrid by 74 points to 65. Well, let's have a look back at a great third quarter for Partizan Belgrade. There's only one third quarter this season. They've scored more points than this. Back in January, they had 29 against Asvel. They've done 28 in this one. One of their highest scoring quarters of the season. And what a time to pull it out here in the final regular season game for them. The last chance to show their fans what they can do on the EuroLeague stage for this season. And they are a team playing for their club colours, as their coach put it in the pre-game interview, and we've seen exactly that here in that third quarter. What will be the response from the visitors, who need to win if they want to have a chance of home court advantage? They probably need to win if they want to be sure of being directly into the playoffs. They could drop as far as 9, and that would be quite a path to navigate to get themselves to the Final Four. Brandon Davies with 11 points and 2 rebounds, and best performance of the third quarter. Ten minutes left then here of the last game of the season in the EuroLeague here at the Belgrade Arena for Partizan Belgrade. Can they go out in style with a win? They lead Real Madrid by 9. Gets it back. Yui into the key, fires it up, and it rolls in nicely for him. His second made field goal of the game. Nice pump fake. Felice bit on it and ended up fouling Pino. Nice out of bounds, perfectly executed. Marinkovic, a wide open shooter. Pino finding him for 3, and the lead's back into double figures. Really fires up the 3, back iron. But an offensive rebound gets them a new 14. Musa tosses it up, it's on the floor. The foul was scored before the shot. Again, it's a well-executed play. That gets you the open shot. Back with the, well, it was probably on the dots, wasn't it, that hook shot? It was a long way out, but he was able to drop it in for 2. He's up to 9. Kovic, late shot clock here, trying to find some room to get a shot away. He does get it away. There's Bonga again on the offensive glass. The foul called off the ball. Louis is involved. I don't think there was much in it, but obviously, with Louis' history here, the fans are not happy. I think it's just a collision, is it? Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a little more than that. Are going to chat over what they saw and what they think the call might be. And I think they will then probably go to the monitor to double check it. Well, he wasn't the most popular person in the building at the start of the night. In his his popularity is going down. Well, the referee's going to call them out and just have a chat with, I think, the two coaches. Certainly Coach Obradovic being spoken to here, as you can see. Well, I think there's going to be a coach challenge after that discussion, so whatever he was told, it wasn't to his liking, I guess. Officials will go to the monitor and have a look.
Initiated by the defender to me is marginal. Okay. Just call the regular foul. Hold on. He's grabbing him, but it's just 1 second and then he releases.
Well, after review, just a regular foul. So we go back to sideline possession, the battle for playoff places. The referee's still chatting it through with Coach Mateo now. And we know some of the results coming in. Olympiacos have won, Fenerbahce have won, so they are 1 and 2. Panathinaikos have secured 3rd place. So 1, 2, 3, we have the order. We don't know who's going to be 4. It could be Real Madrid, but they need a lot to happen here, because for first off, they have to win this game. They need a couple other results as well. And they could end up 9th. Such is the precariousness on the final round of the season. Well, that will not please the home fans. Here coming down, knocking down a 3. Krzyzewski gets it back to Makino. Krzyzewski, late shot clock. Has to heave it up. And hits right at the end of the shot clock. A second 3-pointer of the game for Alexei Krzyzewski. Inside to Ibaka, stripped away, and that will stay with Real Madrid. Good timing. hop shot, isn't it, from Yui. Bakker with the offensive rebound, puts it home. 5 offensive rebounds for Serge Bakker. He's into double figures. He's a rebound away from a double-double. Nice drive, went up high, but the challenge was enough to put the shot off. Felice running the other way to Musa. Gets it back from Yui. Pass deflected, and they come up with the steal. Back out to Kukushevsky. Shot clock really low here, needs to go up. Just about beat the buzzer, but Keener only drawing the front of the iron. Uber misses everything. Ibaka with the rebound. It's going to be an offensive foul for the use of the arm to clear out some space. Ibaka gets his double-double with another offensive rebound, but it doesn't count for much because he gets a third foul in the process. Kukushevsky. Nice turnaround. Doesn't quite go, but it's forced home. What an effort that is to squeeze it in from Marinkovic. Somehow came from the weak side just to squeeze that ball into the basket. From underneath the rim as well. Behind the backboard, really. This place bouncing as ever. Tavares punches another one home. Jones for 3. It's a foul off the ball. I believe it's on Bonga, and that's going to be his 4th. It's a screen that never ended. Tavares, real authority again with the jam. Musa hoping for a whistle to come his way. It didn't, but it did come the way of Tavares. As Kukushevsky now becomes the 3rd player on Partizan to reach 4 fouls. He's got 4, Bonga's got 4, and Davies has 4. Timeout called here. Partizan's lead, which was as many as 10, is currently only 6. 82-76 the score with 4:45 left here in the 4th quarter. Well, the final round of the season, and in this one it feels like it's coming down to the final few minutes of the final round. And for Real Madrid, the outcome could be 4th, it could be 9th, it could be anything in between. They are the team that can move the most, for whom the last round counts for so much. I mean, there's so much on the line. You can see the real elevation at the end of the 3rd quarter, but it's starting to dip back down on the old lead graph. So many teams can slide from so many places. FS can go from 5th to 10th. Real, we've already talked about. Barca as well, Bayern as well, sorry, can go all the way from 4th down to 9th in this last round. It's incredible. The variations. Barcelona as well. Could be all the way at the top in the home playoff, or they could be all the way at the bottom in the last playing game. There's so many permutations. There's an offensive foul. Tavares with the illegal screen. And that gives the ball back to Partizan and is his 4th personal foul. Kovic hands it off to Jones. Jones turning the corner, gets to the elbow. Stolen away by Tavares. Compazzo, I think the tension of the moment, they even forgot to boo Yui there. I'm sure it'll return. Jones gets the ball from Bonga, who's now got 8 rebounds to go with his 14 points. Davies for 3, knocks it down. Brandon Davies has spent a lot of time on the bench because of that 4th foul. But he makes no mistake on his return to knock down a 4th 3-pointer, 22 points for him. And Partizan's lead is back out to 9 with less than 4 minutes to go here in Belgrade. The heat map, you can see that corner is, well, the whole left side really is where they've been efficient and effective. It's a bit more evenly spread at this end of the floor, but look at the volume in the key. 25 shots in that key, even more at the other end. Both teams getting to the basket. How important might this shot be? How important might he be? Can he stay out there for the final 4 minutes of the game on 4 fouls and see his team over the line? Cross court to Yui, catch and shoot 3. Might have only been 2, but it doesn't matter as it doesn't go in. Oh, Jones nearly lost it, able to regather. Tough shot at the top of the key. Davis with the rebound, but Moose has hit the deck. Is that on Davis? It's his 5th foul if it is. He's furious. The referee says, well, you caught him in the face. I can't do anything but call it. Tough to see from that angle. But I just said 30 seconds ago, can he stay on the floor? The answer to that is no. He's been the main man in terms of offense tonight with 22 points.
Coach challenge, foul review.
Coach challenge, so we're going to see if this might get upgraded.
He's outside, he's still in there. The contact is here. This is the contact. It's really here. But that's not excessive. And he's not even watching. He's there with the regular foul.
Regular foul, it stays. Out of his cylinder, not excessive. Whether it was excessive or not, felt the pain of it. So Brandon Davies will take no further part in the last 3 minutes, but Partizan still have a 9-point cushion here. Campazzo onto Yui in the corner for three, knocks it down. His third triple of the game. The gap is 6. Oh no, they've lost into the backcourt, he's stolen away. Campazzo trying to draw the foul, he does draw the foul, and one. What a mistake here. Turning it over at the half, the basket is good. The foul is called. Campazzo slows it down. He puts the brakes on to see if he can lure Marinkovic. No, it's Lakic into the foul. And he does exactly that. And suddenly this game is turned again back in the favor of Real Madrid. A chance to make it a one-shot game. Madrid looked in all sorts of trouble less than a minute ago, wasn't it, really? When that three from Davies goes in, 3:48 on the clock, down 9, looking in a world of trouble. But here they are with 2:50 on the clock, and they're potentially down 3. Amazing. What, a few seconds is a lane violation, but it's Hazonia who broke the line. So it will go back to Partizan, and their lead is still 2 possessions. But there's a long way to go to be worrying about 2 possessions. Just got to keep on scoring. Jones. Under pressure, can't quite force it home. Tavares with the rebound. They've got numbers here, Real Madrid. Hazonia's the spare man. He fires up the 3, makes the 3, and it's a 1-point game. Can you believe it? Here come Real in the last couple of minutes. Fouls on the floor. Pazzo picks up his third. What a shot this is, by the way. And what a time to pull out 8 consecutive points. When you're down 9 and time is running out, you've got to do something quick, and they did. But now they're over the limit. Both teams are over the limit in this quarter. So Jones at the free throw line, trying to push it back out to 3. Shooting around about 85% on the season. He's perfect from the line today. And he continues that. Here we go then, folks. Through 2 minutes to play here in Belgrade. We are in crunch time. Real Madrid need a win. Can they find a way back against Partizan, trying to sign off in style? Campazzo to tie it, no. And there's that man again. Rebound number 10 for Isaac Bonga. He's got a double-double. Jones. Offensive foul is the call. Jones can't believe it, but the ball's going back the other way. I think it's just the extension of the arm. The lead has changed 15 times already in this contest. Real Madrid are hoping to make it 16 before the buzzer sounds. Well, that's him done now, Alexei. Lukashevsky's fouled out, so he's gone. Davies is gone. Bonga is still on 4. Vitsa returns. Campazzo. Oh, the first one is off. He's normally an excellent free throw shooter, but he's missed a couple today. Oh, I thought for a second that was going to come out. He does get the second one. Timeout is called. 1:17 on the clock here. Partizan have the edge, but only just. Their lead that was as many as 10 is only 2. As they look for one final win this season in the EuroLeague. Well, Davies won't be adding to his 22 points, game high. Musa might. Here we go then. 77 seconds remain. 2 points separate the team. So much on the line for Real Madrid in terms of their postseason prospects. It sounded like a Koprivica attack to me in that timeout. We'll see what happens. Well, it's going to be a Marinkovic 3. It doesn't go, but Bonga again on the offensive glass, and Jones for 3. No, it's short. Well, they might have wanted to run a bit of clock, but it was an open shot. Campazzo drives and is fouled. Ooh, just got sort of landed on by Koprivica, but Campazzo will go to the free throw line with a chance to level the scores. as we saw last time down, it's not easy at this time of the game. Makes them both. Keena's going to check in now for this offensive play. Vitsa sits back down. 43.1. They could go 2 for 1 if they're quick, or they could run some clock and hope for a score and then be one stop away. Pazzo trying to deny Jones. He does eventually get the ball. Jones has the switch. Oh, he slipped though, and he loses the ball, and Campazzo comes away with it. And Real Madrid can basically take it to the buzzer and look for a game winner. It couldn't be Yui, could it? Now he's looking to go. Sergio Yui to the drive and finishes off the glass. The 16th lead change of the game might be the most decisive, and the least popular man in Belgrade might be the game winner. Partizan Belgrade have dominated the second half. They led by as many as 10, but now with 6.3 to go, they trail. Coach Obradovic, if anybody's got to play in the locker to win a game or force overtime, it would be he. But can they get the look? Remember, Madrid have no fouls to give, so they're going to have to play straight up defense, but he took it as late as he dared, and then just a quick step. See him glancing at the clock. Now go. And that's the advantage you have as the offensive player. You know when you're going to go, and the defensive player has to react. And he was able to get all the way to the basket for what may well be the game winner. But there's still time. The ball will advance, of course, into the front court. Where do Partizan go here? Rankovic to inbound. A lot of screens and action. It's into Jones. Jones around the screen. Jones steps back to tie it, and he does with 2 seconds to go. The scores are level once again. Garlic Jones got the switch. He got the attack that he wanted, and then he just stepped back to create a bit of space and level the scores at 89, but there is still enough time for Real Madrid to win this. Sounds like Eddie Tavares is the screen setter in all of that, but you can see he was chasing backwards, and Jones knew he had to get out of the wingspan, out of the airspace of Tavares, and that's exactly what he did. There's somebody going to the corner, I think. Last 2 seconds. Campazzo to inbound. It's lobbed into Tavares for the win! Eddie Tavares on the buzzer! Hooks in the game-winning shot! And Real Madrid, who had to win, do win on the buzzer! What a play that is! Lobbed into Tavares, and he's been dominant all night, and he's delivered with a massive bucket for Real Madrid. A huge, huge score for their playoff ambitions. He's got the size, but he's got so much work to do on the catch to the hook. His eyes were on the prize, and he delivered the game-winning shot. Absolutely perfection on the timing. It's a great catch and finish. And Tavares is the hero on the buzzer for Real Madrid. What a ball game here in Belgrade. Heartbreak for Partizan at the death. It's finished Partizan, Motor Bet Belgrade 89, Real Madrid 91. Well, incredible game of basketball. What did we end up with? 16 lead changes. And Partizan must wonder, how did we not win that? They were in pole position. With less than 4 minutes to go. Basically, not much more than 3 minutes to go. They still led by 9. But Real scored 15 of the last 19 points to win. Time now for your Motorola magic moment of the game. What do you think, folks? Might it be the last play of the game? You sure know it is. The magic moment of the game. One of the great finishes to a basketball game you will ever see. Nothing beats a game winner on the buzzer. Often it's the guards who get it, but today it's the biggest of big men. Tavares delivering with the hook on the buzzer to win the game for his team. His number was called in the timeout, and he delivered. For your magic moment of the game. And you cannot tire of watching this unless you're one of those in the background of a Partizan persuasion, of course. Well, Davies with 22 points, led all scorers, but his fouling out, his foul trouble, that was kind of the moment it drifted away from them. Musa led the way for Real Madrid. Campazzo, 7 assists, none more important than the last one, that's for sure. And that steal from Campazzo as well. He had 3 steals with that important steal at mid-court, run back for an and one. That was when the momentum was building. And they have got the victory they needed. Well, Adidas player of the game time, not quite as clear-cut as the magic moment of the game, because there were so many really good performances up and down the roster. This was one of the plays of the game, though. Campazzo turning a turnover into an and one. And he is your Adidas player of the game. But this was a full team performance here today. 12.7 assists, 3 steals as well. An index rating of 23. It's hard to get 23 index rating from 12 points, but that shows you how many other things he did in the game, and just 1 turnover to his 7 assists as well. What a turnover ratio that is. Incredible effort from the Argentinian. Really important contribution for him, but as I say, there were so many up and down the roster, it was not an easy pick for player of the game in this one. But that's what you need to win a game like this on the road in an environment like this. You need quality contributions from everybody. Let's hear from our player of the game.
We need to talk in English. Paco, congratulations. First of all, my first question, are you okay? Because you see you lying on the floor at one moment.
I thought I'm going to fail from some people, but was empty over there. I fell to the floor, but happy to this win. I don't know if this matter or not, but for our confidence, it's a big win.
Yeah, you were extremely motivated on the court, right?
Yeah. I think the environment motivates you, So we play with hustle, we fight until the end. We play a little bit bad in the third quarter, but we could come back and make the right decision in the important moments.
Thank you, Paco. Congratulations again.
Well, let's have a look at his shot. He didn't take many, but he got enough. And from the free throw line as well, 7 of 9, the crucial ones at the end as well. And that was what won him the player of the game. Let's hear from the Real Madrid head coach, Jus Mateo.
Coach, congratulations for the win. Your thoughts about the game?
Oh, very tough game. They play very good, and we got too many problems when the big guys start to score threes. They sometimes make our defense to hesitate, and when we don't have Eddie or Serge underneath the rim, it's not so easy. But we believe until the end. We were all the time thinking that we can win, and we did it.
We need to mention something. You started the season slowly, but at the right moment, you were able to bounce back. You showed to everybody that Real Madrid is always a threat. Is that a message to the other teams that you're ready to attack the Final Four?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a message for them. The message is for us, that we know how to do it. We got a big heart, and we play with an enormous pride, enormous pride, and I am very proud of them. They fight all the balls, or they fight in all the games, and we did it. It's not so easy to do 6 in a row in EuroLeague. I don't know if this will be useful for the position, the place, but anyway, it's a good message for us.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations again.
Well, that is the thing. There's still a lot to be worked out as far as where they're going to finish. They feel like they might have done enough to be in the top 6, but they still need results to go. They could still easily be in the play-in games, depending on the results from tomorrow. And let's hear from our game winner, Eddie Tavares.
Eddie, congratulations. I have a lot of questions in my mind right now, but the most important one, how do you feel after this amazing win?
Oh, I feel incredible, but today they make everything on me. So Brandon David had a great game. I think everybody scored on me. So I think this is a God gift. So I'm super happy to help my team, and this is a great win for us. Very important.
It's not easy to play here, because when you play here, you're not only playing against 5 players on the court, but around 20,000 people in the arena, right?
Yeah, they make a lot. They press a lot, so we know it's going to be hard to win. So we know they play for nothing. So we play for the playoff. We play for the higher position possible. So this is great for us.
Thank you.
Well, he talked about how they attacked him, but he had the last laugh with the game-winning bucket. 7 of 9 from the floor. But it was the 7th that mattered. It was the 7th that won the game. He got 6 rebounds, no blocks. Not too many games where he doesn't get a block, but he didn't get one tonight. Let's hear from Coach Obradovic.
Coach, a very intense game. What are your thoughts after this game?
Yeah, it's okay. Decide the game on last shots. You know, they are excellent team. This that I said before the game. I'm proud how we play. Really, we fight a lot and we lead the game. The end, it was a little bit rush offensively, and because of this, I believe that we lost the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, just that spell at the end, wasn't it? They just couldn't quite see the game out. Outscored 15-4 in the last 4 minutes, really. And that was the decisive bit. They played really well, particularly in that third quarter. And looked like they were going to win, but it just didn't happen for the men. Let's have a look back at the highlights from the game. And what a game. We've got loads of great highlight plays for you as well. Big dunks, some blocks out of there, key three-point shots, some of those steals and run-back turnovers as well. Really was a well-contested game between two really evenly matched teams, it seemed. But it did look in the third quarter when Partizan took the lead and went up by as many as 10, like it was going to be they celebrating at the end, but never discount Real Madrid. We've learned that over the years, and they showed great courage and great heart in the last 4 minutes of the game to somehow find a way to win that game. And even when they were down 9 after Davis made the 3 with 4 minutes to go, you're thinking there's a long way back, but it's all right when you got the big fella in the middle to finish it off. Eddie Tavares with the game-winning hook shot. And Real Madrid, well, as they said in their interview, we'll see if it's enough. That's the craziness of this last round, is they came into the round thinking, well, if we win, we might get 4th. That's not going to happen now, but if we win, we'll get into the top 6. That's not a guarantee right now either. It might be enough to get them in the top 6. They still need some help. Well, we mentioned the fact that Olympiacos and Fenerbahce both won, so that is 1, 2, and 3 sorted. Monaco have won as well, which ended the chances that Real had of getting home court advantage. They're still playing in Paris, and the 3 games tomorrow still matter as well, by the way. FS and Barcelona in particular, very keen for victories. Here's how it stands right now. It's not going to finish like this. We've got 4 Qs on the board. Real Madrid are currently in a playoff place, but they've played more games than Barcelona and FS, and if those 2 teams win, they'll go right past them and they'll drop back in to the play-in. So there is still a lot to do in the final day of the season.
Momentous moment for the first night of play-in showdown action.
Well, the play-in showdown is coming up next. We've still got 3 more games to work out who's going to be where. That's the interesting thing. We've slogged it out for all season, and look how few places we have confirmed with 1 day left. We know who's in first, who's in second, who's in third, and who's fourth, and who's waiting for these teams in the play-in games, but we don't yet know what order any of these teams are going to be in. So 7th and 8th play each other, 9th and 10th play each other. The winner of the 7th-8th game gets in to play Fenerbahce, and then the loser of the 7th-8th game plays the winner of 9-10th, and they will have the task of toppling the number 1 seed, Olympiacos. That is the chance. So the teams in 7th and 8th have a double chance, if you like, to make it through to the playoffs. 9 and 10, you're rolling the dice. You got to win twice or your season comes to an end. But what a ball game we've had here in the Belgrade Arena. The last time for Partizan, but they really laid it all out on the floor. For Real Madrid, well, they've done what they can do. They have won. They'll have to hope other games go their way. But I'm Daniel Routledge. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with